Guys, on the court, I got my two friends from Head here, the Pro Tour 280 and the Pro Tour 2.0 from Eugene. We're going to start hitting them around. Stay tuned. We just finished hitting with these two rackets. I kind of have an opinion about it, but let's see what Coach Gu says. Which one do you like better, and why?
There is a difference between the two of these rackets. First of all, from the blink of the eye, you can tell there's like no difference with the cosmetics. Everything's the same. Definitely, the older stick has more stability. In my opinion, I can hit through the ball more with ease around the corners. And no matter where I hit this feels stable throughout, even with volley, serves, easy pop, easy control. The only one thing I don't like is the grip. It's a little like oval shaped, so you need to get used to it. But with this one, it does a good job mimicking it, but if you hit it around outside the sweet spot, it doesn't have that same effect of stability it has. The grip, they changed it. It feels a little bit better because it's more modern times. It feels like more of a boxy or rectangle grip, whatever you guys like to call it. But this one definitely lacks a little bit of that stability. For me personally, I always stick with the OG. The OG is always the best one.
Okay, so Coach Gu has spoken. How about Coach Chris?
So I actually found that these two were quite similar in the sense that they were both, as I was swinging through it, they both felt really nice ground strokes and then also volleys too as well. The only noticeable difference, obviously, with me was that they kept kind of the old school grip here, so the grip was a little bit wider on this one versus here they, I guess, modernized it a little bit more. I do like the older frame in the sense that I get a little bit more feel of when I was striking a few from the baseline, a few groundies. I did feel a little bit more feedback from the older model, and then the newer model definitely less, but I guess I think I felt like not as stable in what Coach Gu was saying versus the original one. So, but overall, both rackets were great, and I literally liked kind of what Head did with the kind of modernized it a little bit more and made it like kind of 21st century. So
Right, so I kind of understand what they're talking about. So as you can see, this is flat. This side here is way flatter, and this is narrower. So what you wind up with is a more rectangular shaped kind of a grip. Whereas this, you can feel in your hand, or even see, is a little rounder, right? So we're not used to this kind of a definition in a grip. So it throws us off a bit. So we have to kind of it takes a little bit of time to get used to that flatness in our palm. Guys, let me just tell you something real quick here. The old one is actually more flexible when it came to the ratings than the new one. The new one actually came out stiffer.
I wouldn't be surprised, actually. I mean, this one, when I was using it, it does feel a lot more flexible than that one.
Right.
So, I mean, that's why I've said they did a good job mimicking it, even though it's stiffer.
Right.
But you could tell, like, you hit it a little bit out of the center or out of the sweet spot. It still had that flex to go around it a little bit more.
Yeah, I feel like the mass that's in this racket definitely helps this racket.
Oh,
this
yes,
is heavier.
yes,
This
yes.
is heavier than this one.
Yep.
By about 10 grams. So,
Oh, wow.
Or a little more. Yeah.
I mean, I like that.
But the distribution of the weight is where you guys are feeling the stability.
Which I like, yeah.
So
I mean, for this racket, like, if you gave it to anyone on playing right now, I mean, it's still a good racket. I'm not saying it's a bad racket, but, like, I prefer this racket over the Prestige or the Radical. In my
They just
opinion.
modernized it basically because they took a really good modeled racket from the head and then they just, like I said, they just
enhanced it.
they remade it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we remade it. I mean,
Yeah.
like, if you had to choose a head racket, for me, if I had to choose a head racket, easy pick Pro Tour 2.0.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, the
Sure.
Prestiges, the Radical, they're all great rackets, but if I had a personal taste, definitely the Pro Tour 2.0, without a doubt.
So this racket, the old version, has Toron in it, which is
Yeah.
a stabilizing firm agent that they add to the graphite. This does not have the Toron in it, but it still feels pretty stable. I mean, for what it is, for what it costs, I mean, this is a Tennis Warehouse exclusive that they remade for everybody out there. It's about $150. So for that price,
It's not a bad racket at all.
right? Yeah, I mean, they sell a ton of these, I'm sure. So want to thank Eugene for getting me this racket. Want to thank Coach Gu for playing with this racket. Where can we find you, Gu?
You can find me at ag.tennis. I'll also be posting content there as well.
All right. Coach Chris, where can we find you?
You can find me at CBChen, CHIN Tennis, and come check me out there.
All right. We're definitely going to check you out, Chris. Thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.